Good evening, actually good afternoon. Market just closed, and I thought I'd give you a couple trade ideas of things that we're already in, but they're not really too late. The first one here is Microsoft. Now this is a stock that's on our growth stock list, which is where I give you the stock, I give you the entry, I give you the stop, and then we follow it. Hopefully we just kind of hang on to the stock and let the profits build. But the whole idea is it's not like, hey, just trade along with me and do everything I do. You can do that, that's fine. But what it's really designed for is to show you at least what I believe to be proper entry and trading methodologies. You can disagree, and there's many different ways to trade profitably. The most important thing, though, is to be consistent in your application of a plan that works, a process that works. And so I'm just kind of showing you mine, and you can adjust, modify, whatever you want to do. But this is one of those stocks that's on our list. And so this is breaking out. It actually started to break out on Friday. You'll see a little bit heavier than average volume on Friday. Not a big deal, but a deal. So the stock had been squeezing, and then we look at the overall market, because Microsoft is a big part of the QQQs, actually the S&P 500 as well, which is a cap weighted index. So we want to see the market in general going up. But then we've got Microsoft on a breakout here on Friday, and I bought some calls on this on Friday, and now those calls are up just 15%, which for calls is actually not that great, but I'll take it every day. Anyway, so I bought this, and the idea is that the stock's just going to keep going, and my very, very, very short-term target is like $1.95 and then 200. So then we get a move today, and this wasn't a big dramatic move. It's only $1. That's kind of why I'm showing you this, because this is not one of these, hey, see what I did, don't you wish you did that too. This is really one of those, see what I'm doing, and if it makes sense to you, you can do it too. You're in for a little bit late start, but not really. This is a really, really tight squeeze, and it's just starting to move up, and you'll see other kind of similar stocks doing the same kind of thing. Apple, the squeeze wasn't as kind of textbook as Microsoft's was, but it's working. One trade that we were in this morning, we did a live trading session for members, is Tesla. And I'd mentioned, I bought this pre-market, and I'd mentioned that if it breaks through and closes above 900, I could see this thing go to 1,000 pretty easily. And you can say, well, that's not much of a call. And I would say, BS, it is too. Because if you look at where this is at 900, going up to 1,000, look at the percent, guys. That's an 11% move. That's an 11% move in a stock that's already been a monster stock this year, at least since March, and a stock where the CEO has said that this company actually takes a second, a back seat to SpaceX. So this guy's basically telling his Tesla employees, hey man, sorry, SpaceX is my most important thing. So you would think that in that situation, the stock would go down, but it didn't. People didn't give a rip, and so they're buying it. And by the way, I'd mentioned this last week, that or the week before, I guess, that if that SpaceX launch goes well, and it, thank the good Lord it did, if the SpaceX launch goes well, as weird as it sounds, Tesla would probably go up, and it has been. And so I'm looking at this right now as easily hitting $1,000. I got to qualify it. I could be wrong. I'm not predicting. I'm just looking at the chart and I'm projecting. That's what I do. And if this breaks through 1,000, there's really no telling how high it can go. And if you guys, those of you who have known me for a while, know that I am the furthest thing from a Tesla bull. I'm not one of those zealots that just thinks anything that Elon Musk touches turns to gold. I mean, for crying out loud, the guy's got a new kid and he's already got them all tatted up. So enough said. But I do recognize a stock that's under intense demand, and at the same time under intense demand by short sellers. A lot of short sellers just won't give up their shorts on this company. They're betting against Elon Musk and they think that's a good bet. I don't think it's a good bet by, on its face to bet in favor of Elon Musk. I think you got to look at the chart. That's where you can be agnostic. Love or hate Musk, doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You look at the chart, and this is a chart that just defies gravity. And hey, anything that's defying gravity, as long as I have a parachute, which is called a stop loss, as long as I have a parachute, I'll go on that ride. I'll absolutely go on that ride. So, we got long Tesla this morning for a trade, but I've said this is a longer term. This is a longer term trade, and this is actually the first time that I've owned calls on this in quite a while, because typically I don't, I just don't trade Tesla for various reasons. But so we've got Tesla, we've got Apple that's working, we've got Microsoft that's working. Here's another stock that's working really well, Oracle. Okay, again, this doesn't have as high a beta as the other names. In other words, it's not a super fast mover, but this is also a stock that's been in a volatility squeeze, and it's just now breaking out on, average volume. Not huge volume, but on average volume. But this is a stock that you can be owning here, and then you just give it about a 4% stop loss. I wouldn't ride it all the way down to test the 50-day moving average. Only reason I'd be buying the stock, and I've owned it for a few days, not that many, but the only reason I'd be buying it now is because I thought that this breakout was going to hold and that the stock's going to go higher. Therefore, if I'll know I'm wrong if the stock comes back down. If it comes back down here, well, then I'll go, crap, I'm wrong. So I'll sell that position and then start over. Just watch it again. It's not an in or out thing, like a binary thing one time. I'm either in or I'm out. You can be in, then you can be out, and you can say, well, I'll wait and see if I get a setup again. So anyway, these are 3 stocks that we're in, and I invite you, if you're not already a member of Stock Market Mentor, check it out. The first 30 days are free. After that, I expect to be paid for my work. Okay, so the first 30 days, though, are on me.